All right, guys, welcome back. And we got even more brand new Resident Evil 4 news that I'm excited to talk about. We're hot off the Game Informer stuff, but we just got a Resident Evil 4 trailer 3 from the State of Play. And my goodness, this trailer showed so much in just 2 minutes. It's exactly what I said. I called that we were going to get a trailer 3 that showed more of the castle and some of the island. And yeah, everything's looking good. And just like I want to reiterate, just like I've said in the past, but the more and more we see this game, the more and more great this game looks. Like I don't know what else to say. Like this game is as close to one as you can get, but at the same time, it's expanding upon, reimagining some stuff, and also changing some. There's like a major change that you'll see. We'll talk about later on in the trailer, but at the same time, it's being extremely faithful. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So the trailer pretty much starts off with Leon walking into like a sacrificial room where we see Ashley laying on like an altar, and then we get our first look at Sadler, and he looks really good. On top of that, we also get to see the room, the little I don't even know what you'd call it. The room at the bottom of the trap door that Salazar drops Leon in the original. We get to see it. The room that you fall down and it leads to the Vertigo boss fight. We didn't get to see Vertigo without the cloak, but I'm ready. That fight's probably going to be intense, and I expect some parrying. Like you'll probably be able to parry his tail or whatever, and then following up at that, we get to see Plaga C take control of an enemy. And what I can take from that is I'm actually curious if we're going to get like Plaga 3 popping out of enemies as well as having, because the original game you had that, and you also had them just certain parts where they would just be running about free. But it's really cool that they can just hop on enemies, take control, and make them charge and attack you. I think that's a good addition, and might add some challenge there. And then we also get a close-up of Sadler. Yeah, he just looks very creepy, and I don't know, they did a good job with the design, so I'm happy about that. And we get a follow-up with that where we get to see the lift room that leads to the Salazar boss fight. So the lift has returned, and it looks exactly the same. Like it looks, the staircase and then the lift that goes up, it looks completely the same. Then after that, we get to look at some more Plaga. We get to see Plaga A and Plaga B, and Plaga B is the one where it's like the giant like tentacle thing that comes out of the head that can like just one shot you. But it looks like this time around you might be able to prevent the one shot with your knife. I'm curious how that's gonna work, if it's like a consistent thing or. But yeah, Leon was fighting it off with his knife, so I guess that's a cool addition there. Then after that, we get to see the return of the catapult area with the cannon. That looked very similar, 1-to-1. Then here comes the major reveal of the trailer that we got. Well, there's two major reveals, but I don't know. The second major reveal is something that I expected. Lewis gets to spend more time with us in the game. Yeah, Lewis is his supposed spoiler alert. 1, 2, 3. His death is going to be prolonged because we get to see that he will be accompanying us through certain sections of the castle portion of the game. Like he's in the room. We got to see him. He's fighting with Leon against the two El Gigantes in that lava room. He's also with Leon in the dynamite location. We'll see him later on. He's in the cart section with Leon. And yes, the cart section has returned, but this time Lewis is with you. So I think this is a really good addition to it because in the original game, when Lewis dies, it is sad, but it's not like really deep because you don't spend that much time with him. He was a likable character, but at the same time, he wasn't a character again that you spent a lot of time with. But this time around, it seems like they want that death to hit more, so he'll be staying with us for a lot longer, and I think that's a good thing because then that adds some weight to his death and to the story of the game. Because again, although they've been pretty faithful and they still have some of that cheese to like the one-liners and stuff in it, this game is a lot more darker, more horror-esque, and Leon's character seems to be a little bit more serious this time around and determined to prove himself, because he doesn't want a repeat of what happened in Raccoon City. And yeah, so right after we get to see Lewis and Leon in the dynamite location. The dynamite location I'm referring to is where you have to get the dynamite and blow up the boulder. That's what that looked like to me. But yeah, we get to see the return of the Bella sister. And although in the original dynamite section, it was a chainsaw, it wasn't a Bella sister. It was just a chainsaw, another chainsaw guy. This time around, they put a Bella sister there, but it's good that the Bella sister is confirmed, or it might be more than one. I'm interested to see what they do with that. And then finally, we get the next major reveal, which is Krauser. We finally get to see Krauser. His design looks awesome. I'm not sure how I feel about his voice. Maybe it might take some warming up too, but at this point, I'm not really feeling it. I don't feel like it has. I can hear like some of the original in him, but like the way it just sounds like it's like a little bit. It's like more softer spoke. I don't know how to describe it, but it doesn't have that weight to it like the original. But his design looks cool. Also, the reveal of the island portion of the game. That was first look at the island. It's the room where Leon and Krauser meet or have their little reunion. And then we go back to the castle where Leon is finding some cult members. And then we get to see that Ashley can actually resist being picked up for a little bit. I'm sure if you just stand there, she'll eventually be picked up. But it's cool to see that she can resist, make things a little bit more easier. And then we get confirmed suplex. Yes, the suplex is back. I remember I replied to a comment section on the other video that like I was jokingly not expecting the suplex to come back, but they actually brought it back, and it's a welcome, no complaints there. Like the suplex, it's great. Who doesn't love the suplex? And it's in the right spot of the game too. You can do it only I assume you can only do it like you can do it on the castle guys. And then right after that, we get to see some Ashley gameplay. She's walking around with a lamp, and we get a little teaser of the night enemies that chase her in a section in the original. I can't wait to see. I would actually like to see more of some Ashley gameplay. I hope they expand on some of her gameplay, but we'll have to see. I don't think that's something we'll see until we play the full game. Because again, I don't expect another trailer other than the launch trailer, and I don't think the launch trailer is going to focus much on her gameplay. And right after the night teaser, we get to see the infamous return of the water room, the room that everybody loves, but at the same time hates. Most people hate it. I think speedrunners love that room because they're constantly finding new strats. But yeah, we get to see the water room. I think this time around, though, with all the new assets we have, like being able to crouch and quick switching between weapons, and just overall just more like better flowing gameplay and movement, I don't think the water room is going to be as toxic as it originally was, the OG RE4. Yeah, I think this time around, I think it might still have a challenge, but I don't think it'll be that difficult, because I think Ashley's AI, from what we've seen, seems a lot better than it was in the original. She can fight back, and she moves around and dodges certain enemies. So we even get to see in this trailer that she actually ducks. Like one of the cult members throws its scythe, so we get to see them throw a scythe. That's also another cool thing that they brought back. which I guess was to be expected. But yeah, he throws his scythe, and of course Leon can crouch now, so it sort of works as a duck also. So he ducks the scythe, and Ashley actually is crouched on the ground, and she also ducks it. So that's good that she'll be able to move around and do stuff. And yeah, that's cool. I don't think it's going to be as toxic as before. We then get to see more island stuff. We get to see specifically the gauntlet portion, like where Mike pulls up on the helicopter and he's helping you get through the giant location with all the enemies running at you and shooting at you, and you got Gatling gun dude, but we didn't see the Gatling gun dude, so I don't know. I still expect the Gatling gun dude, because come on, out of all the trailers and gameplay and everything we've seen, they've literally cut nothing. There's some more reveals we get of stuff from the original game that we haven't even talked about yet, but they've literally cut nothing. I don't expect them to cut the Gatling gun guy, so I'm pretty sure it's still going to be there, even though they didn't show it. But yeah. Anyways, we get to see the return of Mike, good old Mike, our favorite helicopter pilot. And then after that, Leon and Lewis go for a kart ride, because, like I mentioned before, Lewis is now in this section with you, and they're in the cart together going down the tracks, and enemies are coming down other tracks and carts, and I think you could even see like the Dr. Salvador in like one of the carts over there just chilling, and you could shoot explosive barrels, and it just looks like so much fun. I'm definitely going to be looking forward to that portion more so than the original, because you're on that solo, and this time around you get to do with Lewis, and Lewis looks like such. We get more expansion on Lewis, and I always thought Lewis was I like the character of Lewis, and in this game he seems like he's going to be even more likable and fun. So I'm interested and looking forward to seeing the banter and dialogue between Leon and Lewis in the castle portion of the game. Right after that, we get to see another look at Sadler. Again, he looks dope. And then we see something that I'm actually not sure what this is supposed to be, but it looks like a giant nest. At first, the first time I saw the trailer, I thought maybe it was the Novistador nest. It probably might be, but at the same time, I don't know. It also gave me like end of the game vibes. So I'm not sure if they completely reimagine the end of the game and this little like giant nest, because if you look hanging, I think to the right, in the trailer when they show that, you can see like those bar things that they use during construction of buildings. In the original game, you can use those to hit Sadler, and you see some hanging there. That's why I thought maybe that might actually be the end of the game. So this time the end of the game might be in a cave rather than outside in the open in this like construction zone. Not sure. We'll have to wait and see, but that was definitely either that's what the reimagining of the Novistador nest is, or that was the end of the game boss fight location, because it could easily be both, but at the same time that thing looked like it could be a nest, but then at the same time it didn't look like a nest. I don't know. We'll have to see. That's definitely a reimagining of something, and we'll find out then. Right after that, we get to see the return of the Garrador, Mr. Good Old Wolverine. He looks freaking vicious and terrifying, and I am looking forward to running from him and not getting my head cut off. And following up on that scene, Ashley, we just see a quick scene of Ashley like sick in bed. It looks like that room. To me, it looked like that room where it's like that hallway you go in where there's like a regenerator in one of the cells where it has like the cell rooms. Ashley's not with you at that point in the OG game, but it looked like that room to me. So maybe, you know, things are different there and she's with you. She doesn't, maybe this time around she doesn't get split up from you as much as she did in the original. And then after seeing that scene with Ashley, we get back to the Krauser scene that we got to see the reveal earlier in the trailer, and this time we get to see some of the fight. And this time around, since there are no Q2Es, it's like a legit like combat encounter where Leon and Krauser are just fighting. And I assume, of course, that you can use your guns, but in the trailer, Leon was just parrying the shit out of Krauser's knife. I don't know if that didn't look scripted. That looked like genuine like gameplay, like you have to parry that yourself. Because then we saw him do the parries, and then it cut to like another thing where Krauser was attacking again with the knife, and he goes to kick Leon, and Leon completely whoever was playing Leon did not click R3 fast enough, or chose not to, because Leon got the shit kicked out of him by Krauser. This was all real-time gameplay. It wasn't some cutscene. So yeah, that fight's gonna be pretty dope. It's pretty much what we expected, since with the new parry system, the fight's just gonna be just parry focused. It was so cool just seeing them fight with a knife. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a knife fight that's actually like in game. The fact that you can actually use your knife and just fight him in that scene is cool. But I think the real test of how things are gonna play out is when we fight him with his arm. But we didn't get to see any of that. They're saving that for the full game. The next scene after that in the trailer was crystallized parasites. We got to see like this like it looked like crystal, or it could have been ember, but it was like parasite. It's probably ember. I'm not sure. It looked like it, but I'm gonna go with crystallized parasites. And you can see the parasites inside the crystal. And then we see right after that, quick look at Ada. Not much with Ada in this trailer, other than that one scene. She was like calling out to Leon or whatever. And yeah, at the same time, I'm still not really feeling Ada's voice as well. So like, those are my two gripes so far. Not really feeling Krauser or Ada's voice. Maybe it'll grow on me in the full game. We've only heard certain lines. And yeah, we'll have to see. Like Krauser, their voices, like Krauser's voice in particular doesn't necessarily sound bad. It just doesn't really, it just sounds weird, and his new voice doesn't really fit like the way he looks, as well as the original voice fit the way he looked in the original game. We get to see a scene where Leon's struggling with infection, which is cool. And also a notable thing is that like the infection is a lot more visible this time around. You get to see like these purple veins on his arms and skin and his neck, and it's really cool. It's a nice attention to detail. And we get a quick little look at the first look at the return of Novistador, the flying bug enemy. Actually, I have the trailer up here. Let me re-look at that. Maybe that could answer my question of whether or not that was the nest. Still can't tell. There's just like an explosion in the back. I didn't see the nest, so not sure still. Yeah, but there's the Novistador, so they return. And this is what I'm talking about. Nothing so far has been cut. They've only added new enemies and added variety. Nothing's been cut. You know, there's always a possibility that something did get cut, but I'm pretty sure the developers were quoted saying that they didn't cut anything from the game. So we'll have to see when the full game comes out, but I'm pretty sure nothing's been cut. Like, I'm pretty sure we'll still get the Gatling dude and yeah, we'll see. So far, everything's intact. Anyways, right after the Novistador scene, we get to see the Plaga removal room. And, you know, Leon saying this time things have to be different. You know, it's definitely a more serious tone. So I can't wait to experience this new like take on the story. And then we get one last tease at the end, which is Mercenaries. The Mercenaries is confirmed. I was told that from a friend that and he sent a tweet to me. The Mercenaries is going to be actually post-launch DLC, so it's not going to come with the game. We're going to have to, I don't know how long, I hope we don't have to wait long for Mercenaries, but I think everyone will be so busy playing the main game that we can wait a little bit for Mercenaries, but hopefully it doesn't take too long. And the first thing that came to me when, you know, it was told that it was going to be post-launch DLC. It makes me feel like they're, because they've like so far everything we've seen is that they're expanding the original game and stuff like that. I think they're going to add so much more to Mercenaries this time around. Like, we're going to have more stages and possibly more characters. I think the merchant, it would be cool if the merchant is actually a playable character. That would be pretty dope. And since we're in the RE engine now, I'm not expecting this because, you know, I don't want to like get my expectations up, but I don't see why it couldn't be possible. But it would be so cool if they just grabbed the models from the other RE engines, like they grabbed Claire, Jill, Carlos, Chris, and they popped them into the mercenaries of this game. Like, oh my god, like that would make everyone play this game so much. And then on top of that, like if they allowed some sort of co-op to the mercenaries too, like that would even make it more playable and fun. Like, because co-op mercenaries and just co-op in like Resident Evil 5 was just so fun and addicting. Like, however you feel about Resident Evil 5, the co-op, like the co-op was, I think, objectively like the most fun part about RE5, that I spent so much time playing co-op with friends, both versus and you know, the mercenaries and the Team Slayer and stuff like that. And if they add those characters in, and then on top of that it happens to be co-op, that'd be so dope. But I'm not expecting those things. But I am expecting more new stages, and I think I can say I expect the merchant to be playable. I don't know. I don't see why they wouldn't take the opportunity to make him playable. Yeah, so not trying to get our expectations too high, but it would be dope to see them bring the other RE engine characters in. I don't think it'd be the only thing that they'd have to do bringing the models in to work on is giving them melee moves. But if they added Chris already has stuff from like 8. They'd have to give like Claire and Jill and Carlos some melee stuff. But yeah, I don't think that'd be too difficult. But here's to hoping. But let's not expect it. And the last thing we got from this trailer was they said special demo coming soon. Now, I can't recall if they used this wording for any of the other previous demos from RE2 Remake, RE3 Remake, or even Resident Evil 8. I don't remember them ever referring to a demo as special demo. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, correct me. I don't remember them ever referring to these demos as special demos. But the fact that it's called special demo and the game is coming out on March 24th and we're at the end of February here. So that's right around the corner. Like, we're going to get this game soon. And the fact that they're releasing the demo so close to the release time, I'm thinking that, again, this is one of those things not to get your expectations too high. This is just a what if. Like, what if the reason they're calling it a special demo is because this demo will allow you to essentially play the beginning of the game to a certain point, and then you end and it saves. You can save, and then you can continue from where you left off in that demo when the full game comes out. That would be so cool. One thing that I hope it's not is a time demo. Like, it'd be such a waste if they called it a special demo and it just turns out to just be another time demo. I understand why they do the time demo, but I'm not a fan of time demos. I just let me play the demo as many times as I want. I don't like time demos. So yeah, hopefully it's not a time. Again, it'd be so dope if we just get to play the beginning of the game to a certain point, just to get a taste. Because the game is right around the corner, but I don't know, these next 3 weeks are going to feel so long until March 24th, Resident Evil 4. I hope the days have been flying by pretty quick to me recently. I don't know how it's been for you guys, but the time has been flying by pretty quick for me. But I feel like just because I want to go play RE4. I want to play RE4. I feel like these next couple weeks are just going to slow down and feel so slow to me, but hopefully not. Yeah. So with that being said, that's pretty much it for the trailer. Can't repeat how much me and a lot of people are excited for this game. I've seen nothing but love coming out of this game. I genuinely feel like the developers put love and effort into this, because so far there's been no cut content. It's been extremely as close to faithful as you can get without being the same thing. And they've reimagined some stuff, and they've just, this looks like it's going to be like the definitive version of RE4 to play. Like, I don't know. Everything we've seen, this is some game of the year contender stuff. Because it genuinely looks like this game is going to be great. Yeah. So that's it for this Resident Evil 3 trailer discussion. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe, or share if you want. I really appreciate it. It helps out a lot. And yeah, I will see you guys. I don't want to say I'll see you guys for the RE4 Let's Play, because I feel like we're still going to get some stuff. And of course, the special demo. So yeah, that slipped my mind like right away, the demo. So no, I'm not going to see you guys. Well, actually, depending on what that demo is, if it is what I said, where we just get to play the beginning of the game, that might be the start of the Let's Play. Even though it's technically a demo. But we'll see. I will see you guys in the next one.